Welcome back, everybody. We're here. It's Chat Havers. Let's make a conversation. With us tonight, returning guest of the show, Sam Fishell.
Hello. Happy to be on Chat Havers.
There's an echo. God damn it. All right.
God
damn it. Okay, hold on. All right. That should fix it.
We still got echo?
Sounds like you did. Home run, play ball. That's good. That shit's kind of funny.
Nice.
Play ball.
What's up, chat? Man, it's so cool to see some hi Sam, sup Sams in the chat.
There we got some sup Sams. Yup. Incredible. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. I just I literally I was driving for like 1 hour and 10 minutes to arrive here with moments to spare. And I gotta say, you know how sometimes you type in a destination on Waze and you're like, this is a lie. This is only going to increase. And then you have moments, especially in LA, when you're using Waze, where you can make some decisions. You can kind of freak the route a little bit, and you could be like, yes to this, no to this. I feel like I had like a perfect run here, where every decision I made reduced time.
So you were making some decisions.
I was making every moment. I was making a decision.
You know, Kitty uses Waze too. I only use Google Maps. I'm a Google Maps head. I trust the good people at Google. I think they got more infrastructure.
I think you're probably right. I think that Waze, I like knowing what the most extreme thing I could do is at any moment. And then I feel like I've been using Waze long enough where I can like smell a rat in the route a little bit.
I don't like the little I don't like the little smiles on the cars. I don't like seeing the other drivers on the road. Don't show me that shit. I'm not interested. I'm not trying to make. It feels a little bit too much like social media to me. I don't need to interact with other drivers. Oh, like speed camera reported ahead. Shut up. I don't care.
Well,
just let the computer tell me whether it's there or not.
I mean, I think that they've toned back the like sort of. There used to be a thing where it was like you can get points by eating a thing on your route or whatever.
Right.
I think that they've toned that back, but I do think that they do a good job of like. The community function helps you know, like, when there's, like, a pothole or, like, some shit in the road or a cop, and I think that that's helpful.
That is helpful. But I like it to help me a surprise. You know, what happened to driving when it used to be a surprise, man? I mean, the way shit has changed these days. Yeah. You feel me on that?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Just the way it feels like everything's different.
That's honestly crazy, man.
Yeah, just the way everything... speaking of which, tonight we're talking about the Oscars, folks. A little bit early, but let's get those ballots in now.
Yeah, I didn't realize when we were talking about this that there would be like you'd have multiple shows in between this one and the actual.
And I'm
Oscars.
doing a show on Oscars Sunday. This is the funniest part. But I thought for a second, the Oscars a ways off. That's good, Jacob.
Yeah.
That's a clean joke. Maybe the clean joke of the night, which is something that I like to give out now.
A clean joke of the night? Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's in pole position now, but
yes, but it could be ousted if somebody also makes a very clean joke. You get multiple ones. We're not. You look up what Waze is. I don't want to talk about Waze anymore. Too much time on Waze. They did 20 up top about Waze. You see this shit? The car's got a goddamn ghost on it.
Wait, where? Wait, what are you reacting to right now?
You know.
Or did you just work yourself into a lather from like a minute ago in the conversation?
Yeah, the latter, man. Like, I realized surplus value theory was saying Waze to Jacob, but then I took that as like, Waze? What's Waze? And then that sort of extrapolated this whole thing. Like, I don't want to talk about Waze. And then I thought it would be funny. Then I said 20 minutes up top. And then I thought it would be funny. A guy who's like, won't stop going off about Waze.
Well, and the whole time you were like looking at where the chat is, and I was like, who is saying these things to like make Luke so upset? But it was all just internal.
Yeah, sometimes I think America needs to waze up, like wise up, or wake up.
Yeah,
I don't think that's cleaner than the Oscars are a ways off. So that's not gonna
Oscars are a ways off. That's clean joke of the night for me so far.
Yes. Okay. Well, I never too early to talk about the Oscars. Now, I said to myself, Sam, I feel like knowing you, it would be Google Maps. Thank you so much, Vertical Mammal. Despicable Me, it would be Google Maps. Thank you so much.
Do they know about Gratitude?
No, I mean they know. Well, they know that I do this all the time.
Okay.
But all right, you could say it.
We were
How much? Maybe.
I don't even know how to set this up. We were basically, me and Luke and Katie and my wife, Lindsay, were all together on being hosted by our friends. We were doing like an overnight trip, but it was your first time meeting them?
Yes.
Okay. And so Luke, who is charming in all situations, you know, we're just playing a game and then I don't remember what the context was, but you said something to the effect, kind of out of nowhere, of indespicable.
No.
What am I missing?
So you're mixing up you're mixing up the sexy ferret thing, and then you're mixing up the next day where we were just having me, you, and Lindsay and him were having a normal conversation around the pool, and he was like, "Yeah, and I fill up my gratitude journal every day," and I said, "Well, in the Despicable Me universe, they might call it your gratitude journal," and he kind of stopped for a second and went, "Yeah."
It was there.
Thanks for the follow, Bloodberry Tart.
It felt like there was such a stillness in the air in that moment.
Yeah, it was tough. It was a big swing to say something that insane to someone that I did not know that very well, and frankly was a little bit on thin ice with at that point.
What it felt like to me, and maybe you have a better sense of it, was that it was like he had probably been talking for a while, and your brain had gone on like autopilot, as though you were, and then. Just sort of there was no filter between brain and mouth, and you just said the thing that was in your brain, which was, he said gratitude, and then you just said it.
I mean, it really, I guess that is actually exactly what happened. I just fully stopped listening to him, and I was kind of doing my own thing. You know, this is interesting you bring this up, because I was talking with some friends today about how I'm definitely ADHD.
You think?
I mean, I'd say I've got all the fucking sides, you know? I mean, what do you think as someone who's known me for a while?
I don't know. I feel nervous I feel like we're in a culture of like self-diagnosis.
I know, but here's the thing: is I think that's what's kept me from diagnosing myself, and now I'm like, all these things are coming together. Where I'm like, I think that I fucking did.
Well, what I'd say is, if you are concerned about it, I would say go see somebody who could maybe diagnose you, or just keep living with it.
The Groon 2 thing I put in Discord to give me a vision. Yeah, I like that. Groon 2.
The Groon 2. Ooh, yeah.
Groon 2.
Groon 2.
I like to see everybody getting in on the Gru stuff, because that's something I like to bring out a lot.
Did you see Dune 2, by the way?
I did.
Did
you see it?
I did.
Okay, I liked it.
I liked it too.
Not as much as Dune 1.
Ooh, I liked it more than Dune 1.
Really?
Yeah.
I like Dune 1 more. But you know what I think part of it is I was so hyped to be watching Dune 1 because I was so happy that it was like a self-serious science fiction movie that was still like ostensibly for like, I mean, you could watch that as like you're not a young kid, but you could be like 10 and watch it, you know? Yeah. And to have it be serious. And so I think this one I was like so excited for the second half, and then I was like, this is good. I'm a little let down though.
I see. Yeah, there's certainly an excitement watching Dune 1 where you're like, oh shit, they're doing it. They're pulling it off.
Yes,
they're doing it.
They're doing a not Marvel movie.
But I think that Dune 2 is a better movie. I think that I think that Dune 1 is it's succeeding on that level, but it's all just prelude. It's all like
But it almost, that was the trick for me, because I got so hyped watching the prelude, because I was like, oh shit, and then at the end you see the damn hooks. You're like, the whole movie is kind of like, oh shit, the nigga woman about that. Yeah, I mean, I liked that, but I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. I didn't like how there was a little bit more silliness in this one.
You didn't like Javier Bardem.
I didn't.
You didn't like that Stilgard.
I did. It wasn't his fault. I thought it was the dialogue. I didn't like when him and Zendaya looked over and gave a knowing sort of Marvel look at when someone says like, yes, a holy war that'll destroy the whole planet, and they're like,
I don't remember that part.
It really pissed me off. Pissed me off. This is sort of a small thing that I couldn't get over.
I see.
They didn't quirk it up too bad, but it is a little bit more quirked up than the last one, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe I don't remember the first one that well.
But I think that I did think that it ruled, and I thought that, you know who I thought was great in it? Elvis, Austin Butler.
Bruh, crushed it.
He was amazing.
Oh my God. Okay, I don't think this is giving anything away. The voice he chose to do, which is, okay, close your eyes, close your ears now, close your eyes too, but this is the voice. I'm going to say something about his voice in this movie, not anything about the character. He's supposed to be Skarsgård's nephew.
Yes.
And he chooses basically to copy Skarsgård's voice, which is such a baller, crazy ass choice by an actor. He also starts going like, okay, Harkonnens. Yeah, like he literally just adopts his voice as if that's the voice of Harkonnens and not just what this fucking Norwegian man sounds like.
Yes, and there's a little bit of Elvis in it too.
Yes, of course.
And
He can't get rid of it.
Because I was like, okay, Austin Butler, like how much is still, and it's just like 5%. There's a little bit of Elvis.
We're done, Jacob. We're done. It's so funny.
Yeah.
But I thought he was amazing. I'm like, he's gonna be around forever. To have him be in be such a standout in this movie.
In a movie where it's like it's Javier Bardem, it's
Yes.
Skarsgård, it's Florence Pugh,
And
it's Zendaya.
you already think all of them are awesome.
Yeah, it's
too.
Christopher fucking Walken.
Yeah,
and it's
literally.
Like, and when I left that movie, I was like, you know who rules? Austin Butler.
Dude,
Yeah.
Butler fucking tore it. The Sandworms. I mean, those are characters doing it. That's
Yeah.
true. All right, well, folks, we're talking about the Oscars tonight. There's no, there's no good way to get into this, but Sam, would you like to talk about what you've prepared for this evening?
Sure. I have prepared a sort of thought experiment, which is what if Luke hosted the Oscars?
Yeah.
And what I did I will say very quickly today was I wrote an Oscars monologue for Luke, which he has not seen.
I have not seen
which is sitting on my phone right now.
Yeah.
And at any moment, I am going to text it to you, and then you have said that you are just going to deliver it.
I'm going to deliver it, and I'm going to do it. And now this is not – actually, this is just a side thing. There will also be a segment later, which is so cool about tonight. Hashtag hack the Oscars. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I think we should do it, and it'll officially start Oscars talk.
All right, great.
2024.
I'm gonna send Luke, and again,
on the Luke Man stream.
Luke has not.
I have not seen this.
Yep.
And Sam did not spend a lot of time on it.
I did
so
not.
Keep those things. And it's going to be tough, too, because you're going to see, hopefully, some LOLs in the chat, but it will just be, you're going to see me doing it silently to camera, which is tough.
I think that's honestly, that's probably like ideal for this, and would probably, honestly, even if you were doing it in front of, let's say, 1,000 people, it would probably still be the same response.
Okay, cool.
All right. You ready?
Happy 33rd birthday. I'm 31. Okay. All right, here we go. All right. Oh, my God, it is pretty long. All right, so I did set up a little secondary scene for this.
Oh, great.
So we got a little close of me. Well, hold on. Hold on there. Hold on there, partner. But I thought it'd be fun, we're having some fun tonight, for God's sake. All right, so this is kind of fun. You see, we're in sort of a secondary.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, that's kind of fun. It's like the Oscars.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm not even on camera right now.
No.
Okay. Great.
Much like. Yeah, you're the writer, dude.
Yeah. No,
Why would you be on camera
I'm just
for
in the back
this?
with my little pen and pad, being like,
I guess
hope
that's
these
not
work.
really fair.
No, this is you, man.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll cut to you. I didn't really think about that.
Okay, don't try not to read ahead if you can.
Okay, all right. Writers should be heard, not seen. I kind of agree with that. Thank you. Welcome to the 96th Annual Academy Awards. I'm your host, Luke Taylor, and boy, are my arms tired. A lot of talent here tonight. And it does say lick lips. Coleman Domingo is in the house. A Domingo ain't my baby. Coleman, all kidding aside, I loved your movie Rusted. But actually, in Hollywood, Rusted is what it's called when Alec Baldwin fires a gun, which he did on the set of the movie Rust. Pause for laughs. The Zone of Interest is nominated for Best Picture. Great movie. But I kind of wish it followed the dog's perspective. I bet then it would have been called The Bone of Interest. All right. The Holdovers is nominated for Best Picture. Great movie, but hold on. The Holdovers is nominated for Best Picture. Great movie, but I kind of wish it followed the dog's perspective. I bet then it would have been called The Hold Rovers, assuming the dog it followed was named Rover. Haha. All jokes aside, I loved the holdovers. Hey, Alexander Payne, nice job making another movie about educated white people. Did you hurt your back from stretching so much? That's a clean joke. That might get clean joke of the night. Come on, Sam. Did you hurt your back from stretching so much? Come on now.
Pretty good.
Come on now. God. Past Lives is nominated for Best Picture. Great movie, but I kind of wish it had followed the cat's perspective. I bet it would have been called Past 9 Lives. This is how you know he's a professional comedy writer, folks. He cooked this up pretty fast. We still have quite a ways to go. Let's see. Who else is here besides Coleman Domingo? Fully been 5 minutes since we talked about him.
Yep.
Let's see. Oh, we've got Emily Blunt. And we've got Emma Stone. What's next? Some fucker named Jessica Weed?
Bluntstone weed.
But why? Okay, I guess I maybe would have got it. Can I give you a little punch up?
In the middle of delivering the monologue? Yeah, man. Go
Yeah.
Joe Coy on your ass.
Yeah, a little punch up. Well, I think you got a nice thing going with the E's. Emily, Emma. Maybe it could have been like
Oh, yeah, you're probably right. Like,
Amelia.
Amelia Weed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Haha, all jokes aside, Emma Stone plays a character with the body of a brain and the shit. Sorry, I'll take it again. I got distracted. Haha, all jokes aside, Emma Stone plays a character with the body of the woman and the brain of a baby in Poor Things. Or as it was originally titled, The Marjorie Taylor Greene Story.
A little politics joke for you.
Look, if I mean, that just like that could have been on Update, and I mean that in every sense of the phrase I'm saying it. It really could have. Jodie Foster and Annette Bening are both nominated for the movie Naiad. I think that's an accurate title because Naiad hadn't heard of that movie before tonight. Okay, so a lot of them start with all jokes aside, I'm noticing.
Yep.
They're probably about the fourth or the fifth one. All jokes aside, Martin Scorsese's here. Hey, Marty, those eyebrows of yours look like caterpillars, you old fucking freak. Killers of the Flower Moon was long, boy. It was the second longest thing I saw all year. The first longest thing I saw was my own damn Johnson, parentheses, penis. My Johnson's so long, it got a damn intermission. Okay, so now we're coming up to a pretty interesting part where I've got to make a lot of decisions as the performer.
Yep.
You know what movie should have been nominated for Best Picture? The Bob Marley movie. And then just a quick aside, it does say in parentheses, Jamaican accent.
Yep.
So I think I'll just read it in my accent, regular, but I'll read it the way you spelled it. And then I won't, and then you guys can kind of fill in the blanks. You know what? I've decided even that feels a bit too bad. So I'm just going to say, I think that movie made my pussy all wet, right? Deso? Okay, so that's good. I'm glad. I am really glad that I chose to go that way.
All right, and this is your big finish.
Haha, all jokes aside, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world that's more important than the Oscars. I would be remiss if I didn't use my platform to shine a spotlight on the world's ills and stand up for what I believe in my heart to be just and right and true. So let me take this opportunity to say loudly, with a clear voice and a full heart, free Chris D'Elia!
Yay, Luke! Good job, Luke.
Thank you so much, Sam. That was really, really good. You know, it was kind of cool to see us sort of navigate all that tricky territory together, but still come out ahead, you know?
I think that, yeah, and look, I think that you crushed it.
Thank you so much,
I think
man.
that you, like, you know, obviously the material was really strong to begin with,
Yes,
but I
I
think
agree
that
with that.
you elevated it in a way that is rare for a performer. I think that I think you could host the Oscars one day.
I would love to. Unfortunately, you know my tweet's going to come out. Sheesh.
Oh, my
All right,
God.
we'll take a call now. And it better be about the fucking Oscars. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show. What's your name? What are you calling about?
Let me just say, wow, what a monologue. The writers have outdone themselves this year.
Yeah. The
He was
right
going
head
Virginia.
writer right here.
Yeah, we had it was me and all the Kimmel writers, you know.
Yeah.
Let's get Sam on more often. This is actually funny.
Oh shit! They're roasting your ass in the calls.
The first, it's in 2 years of doing this. This is the first written material this show has ever seen. It's making the people go crazy.
Doing the first actually prepared, well-written thing this show has probably seen.
That's so kind of you to say. And look, if the people in the chat, if the people want more Sam, then you know where to find me.
And it's funny because I know Sam spent about basically 5 minutes on this. I work on these segments all goddamn day. Literally like a fucking monkey with the gears turning in my head. Huh?
Complete throwaway nothing like favor to you that Sam did, and it's like it's the greatest bit of writing this show has seen.
You're not wrong, but you know what, folks? That's why I'm the host and Sam's the guest. I bring on the funny people, and I'm just some fucking guy.
And you're more of a facilitator. Luke.
Yeah, exactly. Like Kimmel.
Yeah, like Kimmel.
He's never trying to be funny, right? That's not the intention.
No, he's there to just shine light on other people.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought, right? Yeah.
I've always thought of you like a Kimmel type guy.
Yeah. Like aborted Joe. Sure,
Yeah.
Luke is kind of like Kimmel in a lot of ways. I love Mr. Beast. You had Mr. Beast?
Isn't he like really short?
Kimmel?
Yeah, isn't he like 5'5" or whatever? I don't know.
I mean, that might be. I've never met the
He
fellow.
he carries himself with such a gravitas.
I know, and he's got that sort of big. I mean, maybe it's because when he. I was about to make a man show joke that doesn't make sense. I was about to say he seems taller because he was jumping on the trampoline, but that was not him. That was the
other guy.
That was the girls.
Oh,
that was Adam Carolla. You're thinking of Adam Carolla.
I'm thinking of Adam Carolla. Yeah,
that show didn't age well, did it? I mean, no way.
It didn't.
Craig Anchor certainly did not. That's also him, right?
I don't. That's so long ago. You know what show is I will always defend despite aging like moldy cheese.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if that fucking makes sense. MXC. Do you guys remember MXC?
Oh, the thing with the guys and they're dubbing over the Japanese like contest.
Yeah, it's like truly the form of the show itself is so fucking funny that like you can't help but laugh when you watch it, and then you go back and listen to it, and it's like, oh, they're making like Iraq invasion jokes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm not familiar.
It's like a 20-year-old
It's
show, so it's not,
really
it's not
it was
so
kind
good.
of like Spike in this same era. It's Takeshi's Castle is this Japanese show. It's like sort of an obstacle course show. Very Japanese, very like people falling down and stuff. And then it was like two white guys doing sort of dub over Junk's Mystery Science Theater style.
Yes,
you definitely.
Yeah.
There's no way you didn't. At least it wasn't on TV. It's some TV
somewhere
around
deep
here.
within me. I am aware of what this is.
I like to think that is almost a bit in the what's the fucking Zach Braff movie? Garden State movies. Like Media I will never watch again because I know if I watch it I will hate it. So I'm gonna leave it as a beautiful memory.
And
you know?
have you on this note, when was the last time you watched Donnie Darko? Because that's the one for me where I'm afraid to rewatch it because
You know what? Me and Katie watched it over the pandemic, and the thing is, it is still a good movie. It's just not confusing at all, which is really it's really funny. You watch it. It's like not. You're just like, yeah, I don't know. It's like a little weird, but you're not like what the fuck is this about, man? You're like, yeah, it's like a fucking imaginary. I don't know.
How are you supposed to follow this if you don't also have the book philosophy of time travel?
And maybe that's just because our media literacy or whatever is these things are way more in the zeitgeist because of Donnie Darko. But I was like, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
I think maybe in like the sort of end of history cultural moment of the mid to late 90s, like symbolism just like wasn't really like you said, like media literacy wasn't in a place to make anything digestible. Like if anything had any nuance at all, it was like, what the fuck is going on? This is crazy.
Yeah, it is that sort of like Decker-esque, like you're imagining that type of guy who's just like, damn, what the fuck? Why the fuck's the bunny here? What the fuck? The goddamn fuck this. And it's just, I think that movie was so big too, because obviously there's a million movies with nuance before that, but in terms of like a big fucker.
Meanwhile, Katie watched Garden State like 2 weeks ago for this show.
Did she watch it? I thought she would. Right, Katie did a character on this show.
Yeah.
I think she watched a smattering of clips where she was playing a manic pixie dream girl for my basement stream.
She went on like movieclips.com and got the gist.
She watched Mojo the fuck out of a top 10 manic pixie dream girl moments.
Because I distinctly recall Jesse saying Katie's in the other room watching all of Garden State right now.
Shit, all right.
There's something really psycho about like watching Garden State, but just fast forwarding to get to the Natalie Portman parts, and then whenever she's off screen, just like continuing to fast forward.
She did play acting, cucking Luke with Alec. That was sort of what the bit turned into. All of
that was a little tense.
There you go.
That was tense. That was as a viewer, that was tense.
Yeah, it was a beautiful moment in streaming history, and not written either. So take that to the bank. All right, Jake. This is Jake, right? Who do you got winning the Oscars?
Jake? You think this is Jake?
Isn't this good friend Jake? I don't know. All you white guys sound the same.
No, Jake's gonna love this. This is creme de la creme.
Oh, it is creme de la creme. You know what it is? Your voice, your quality sounds as shitty as Jake's phone usually does.
I'm gonna attack you. I'm gonna find where you. No, I'm so sorry. I'm cutting my sentence off right there.
No, be nice. This makes more sense because you're kind of being mean to me, and that's just something.
What? No, I was being mean, but like in a hey, come on, buddy, we're all in this together kind of way.
That's awesome. All right,
I did
the Oscars creme.
The viewers, because folks, we love the movies, don't we?
Yep.
I think that's beautiful.
I think that's awesome.
Do you want to list? I have the best picture nominees up. If you want me to run them down, if you have even a favorite or a pick to win, is that helpful?
Absolutely, go for it.
Okay, American Fiction, Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Past Lives, Poor Things, Zone of Interest.
Yeah. I think Oppenheimer all the way. I think I walked out halfway through Oppenheimer because I didn't feel anything at all watching it for about 90 minutes, and I thought, wow, this movie's not even halfway over. I have other stuff to do, so I went home. But I did think while I was watching it, wow, this is like made for the Oscars, basically.
I think you're right. It feels like it's going to be his best picture win.
I think if I had to put money on it, which I might, I would put money on Oppenheimer. I kind of think there's
him for best actor. Cillian Murphy.
I think it's Nolan for director. I think it's Oppenheimer best picture. I think it's Cillian Murphy for best actor.
Wow. Yeah. And best screenplay.
They're
fucking whatever. Huh?
There are movies when you're watching them where the color saturation and the seriousness of the actors just tells you that this is not for you. This is for the Oscar voting committee.
Sure. I mean, it is very prestigious. I liked Oppenheimer though. I think overall.
I really liked. I just rewatched it. I
Really?
watched it for the second time at home, the way that it was intended to be watched, which was in 10-minute chunks over the course of 2 weeks.
That's awesome.
And I had a good time.
Best way to watch a movie.
Best actress goes to Lily Gladstone. I think that's a good idea.
I think that's true. I also
think that's good. She was great.
You know the thing about the Oppenheimer screenplay, right? The like big gimmick of it.
Mm-mm.
It's written in the first person. So all of the like stage directions for Oppenheimer for the script Oppenheimer are like, I walk into a room, like I have sex with Florence Pugh, like it's written first personal as though the reader is Oppenheimer, which is insane and stupid.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's like a video game.
And none of that comes through in the movie at all.
None of it.
Well, yeah, how could it possibly?
Yeah. That's really dumb. Yeah, who wrote
Pretty
the
awesome.
spec? Did his brother write this? No.
This is all Chris Nolan.
He wrote
Oppenheimer.
Why would he write it in the first person if he's the one that's going to direct it?
I don't know.
Well, it's because he's a crazy ass mofo, and that he loves time and crazy trippy shit and shit
He's
like
a
that.
crazy ass white boy that's quirked up. I mean, that is true.
Absolutely.
All right, we got another call coming in. Krem, Thank you for shouting out the viewers tonight.
Thanks, Graham.
Love you. Mwah, mwah.
Take care. All right. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show. What's your name? What are you calling about?
Hi, my name's Jacob.
Welcome, Jacob.
Calling in about the Oscars in general. I mean,
Mhm.
but I have not really seen most of the ones this year, and it's not because I was too cool. It was just I didn't have the time.
Sure. That is kind of being too cool, though.
No. I mean, I'm a dad. Like,
Right.
I was taking my kid to chess tournaments. That's not cool.
There's nothing cooler than being a dad.
Hold on a second. Let's talk about these chess tournaments for a second. What's your kid's rating?
Oh, he doesn't have an ELO yet. I mean, he's if he has, I don't know what it is, but
Thank you for the
he
follow,
does
Scooby
beat me
Ohio
every
State.
single time.
Really?
Yeah.
In the chat, they want to know what his openings are.
I mean, we usually do the standard opening, sometimes the 4 nights, but just getting a grip on the game. I mean, he's much better than I am, so like he has to tell me, no, this night next.
Yes, I see. Oh, I see. Does he? How old?
He's 9.
Does he watch any chess streamers?
Yes. And I cannot remember his name. I saw him.
Luke knows one.
I know one because I bought Sam a hat for him. Ben Rosen?
Eric Rosen.
Eric Rosen.
Yes, that's him.
Yes.
That's him.
Let's go.
Rosenhive, rise up. Eric
Let's
Rosen
go.
Yeah.
is.
Yep.
I would say Luke is my favorite streamer,
Yep.
and Eric Rosen is a close second.
Wow. Thank you so much.
I don't think that we've caught any of his live streams though. Like we see like him, talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he posts to YouTube enough where he
Sure.
you don't really need to catch
Hey,
him
watching
live.
the VODs, I mean, that's sort of the joy of this art form.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
Sometimes you get to watch the VODs.
Although I will come back to movies. We did all as a family go to Barbie,
That's
Okay.
nice.
and I loved it. They did when the dad at the end was doing his Duolingo. They all pointed at me and laughed because I was doing my Duolingo Spanish at that time.
Sure.
And
to
then
me, no, please go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say the only other really that I saw even nominated for anything on the list that I saw with them also was Godzilla -1.
Great movie.
which I didn't see.
Oh,
I
it's so good. Is it up?
absolutely loved
It's
it.
probably not up for best.
No, it's
No.
not. I don't think
It's
it's
too-
It
special
maybe has
effects
a
or
special
something.
effects nom.
Yeah,
but-
it's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah, it's like a post World War II drama
Yeah.
that would have been great on its own, but then it's got Godzilla.
Yeah, it's really good. They fucking tore it with that shit. I love that movie. That was maybe my favorite. Was that my favorite movie last year? No, that's crazy. I think it was Killers of the Flower Moon for me.
And then the biggest one that I'd never have enough Adderall for a 3-hour-long movie, and it's not the movie's fault. Like I want to see both Killers of the Flower Moon and Oppenheimer, but the one that's really on my list that's up for Best Picture is Poor Things.
I
because
still
I love
haven't
The
seen
Lobster.
Poor Things.
I saw Poor Things. Poor Things, you don't need an Adderall for, even though it's kind of long. It's not.
Yeah.
I will say it's not boring. I
Well, I have
Poor Things was
ADHD,
okay.
so I would be, I would not be taking it recreationally. I would be taking it to literally stay in my seat.
No, of
but-
course, and I didn't mean to imply that.
I'm
you
gonna
were-
snort lines
no.
in the bathroom of Oppenheimer so I can really understand how the bomb works.
So you can get deep into that Senate subcommittee shit.
Oh my, yeah. Well, so let's see. Whose music? Like, I mean, it's got to be John Williams for I think.
Are you talking
Indiana
about?
Jones,
Are you talking
right?
about original score? Or are you talking about
original
song?
score? Yeah.
All right.
So Hans Zimmer and between Hans Zimmer and John Williams, right?
Nominees for music, original score. We got
you.
Laura Cartman for American Fiction. We got John Williams for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. We have Robbie Robertson, R.I.P., for Killers of the Flower Moon. We got
Robbie
Luke.
Robertson from the band did the score for Killers of the Flower
It's like
Moon?
one of the last things he did before
Holy
he died.
shit.
I know, isn't that cool?
That is cool.
And I hope he wins, but he's up against Ludwig Göransson for Oppenheimer and Jerskin Fendrix for Poor Things. John Williams is still alive, foolish mofo. And last year, I went with Lindsay and saw him at the Hollywood Bowl, and on some day of important, maybe the 4th of July. No. It was some day that we were trying to celebrate.
January 6th.
It was January 6th. He played, he headlined the Hollywood Bowl. He freaked it. He was so good, and he like left shit on the table. He did not play Jurassic Park, and it was only when we were like walking in the parking lot that we were like, he didn't even fucking do Jurassic Park. But that's a testament to, but it was just banger after banger after banger, except for the one moment where he was like, this was before the new Indiana Jones movie came out. And he was like, and he's 90, and he's like, I just wrote this little piece of music for in the new Indiana Jones movie. Would you like to hear it? And everybody was like, yeah. And then he started playing it, and then everybody was like, I guess I wish it was E.T. But then he played E.T., and it was fine.
He played Star Wars?
He played, oh my God, he played Star Wars. And they were selling like lightsabers, not like at the Hollywood Bowl, but like the street vendors outside were selling like light. And so like everybody brought one, and like during the Imperial March, everybody was just like, it was amazing.
Damn.
I just made an assumption that that Hans Zimmer would have done Oppenheimer just because it's Christopher Nolan.
No, it makes sense. He was busy doing Dune 2.
Dune 2.
Yep.
And I loved his score.
He did
for Dune
body
2.
it with
Yeah.
Dune 2. He did body it. Now, here's to go back a second. Laura Cartman, no relation to Eric Cartman, is there?
Let's see. I think it's spelled very differently, and I don't even know if that's okay. I'm sorry, Carpman. So you're asking, is Laura Carpman related to the character Eric Cartman?
Yes.
I guess I don't know. They're spelled very differently, and they're not the same word.
Eric Cartman. Respect my. Hold on. Just give me a second.
Give him a second.
Respect my authority.
So, can I ask a couple questions about
Please.
Respect My Authority?
Yeah.
Is the idea that Cartman? I have two questions.
Yes.
Is it that the idea that Cartman is
Yes.
a little bit different than Cartman, so that
Yes.
the thing should be, or is it the idea that carp is a fish
Yes.
and respect
That's
my,
what I
both
was
of them?
thinking.
Oh hell
It
yeah!
was going to be a fish joke.
Wait, what was the first one?
They're just a little bit different, so you change the word a little bit.
Oh, I'd like to think both.
Both.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He's doing a fish thing. I think more the fish one. Though.
Yeah. I mean that's a pretty clean joke.
Yeah. Is to get clean a joke
Yeah.
at night. I don't know. I can't remember the last one, but
It was the Waze one.
the Waze one was pretty good.
Which was mine.
That was
Oh,
yours,
nice.
Jacob.
All right.
Well, you're at number one, and respect my authority is a close number two. Respect my authority.
I mean, there were some pretty clean jokes.
What
in the
about
monologue, lest we
Authoritide?
forget.
Roll
My
Tide.
Authoritide.
What?
No, Authoritide.
Authority.
Like the tide of the
Oh God,
ocean.
that's so much better.
That's really good.
Respect my authority. Like that literally is also sounds like the
It sound-
joke.
yeah. Fuck, that's really
C-spect
good.
my authority. How about that?
C-spect. Oh, yes, that's so good.
C-spect my
Okay, I'm
authority.
hanging up because I don't think it's going to get better
All
than
right.
that.
Take care, Jacob. Goodbye.
Bye.
Excuse me. Respect my authority.
C-spect my authoritide.
Eric Carpman.
Laura Carpman.
Laura Carpman.
C-spect my authoritide.
C-spect my authoritide.
That's pretty good.
C-spect my authoritide.
I don't know, like structurally, but do you have like a of the either of the list or in just of movies you've seen your favorite of the year?
I don't know. Of the list, I really, really like Killers of the Flower Moon, but it's just like I'm very personally interested in like Native American history, so it really hit like all the boxes.
Yeah.
And I thought a lot of the formal. May December is actually my number one.
May December is my
yes,
number
100%.
one. Yes.
Actually, forgot. Yes, that's 100% my number one.
It's easy to forget because it's basically not nominated for anything except for screenplay.
Which is bullshit.
Which is bullshit.
Lonnie, she didn't even get Best Actress?
I don't think. I think
What
it
the
basically
fuck?
kind of got shut out.
Dude, people don't like a pedophile movie. I'm always saying this. Pedophile movies cannot win in Hollywood.
Yeah.
That's the hill I die on.
Actress in a supporting.
Thank you so much for the fall. Skibbity Ohio Sigma P. That's great. I love that. How about 9 minutes ago? It's important to say it. I don't really have a presence, but I'm a every time I remember to plug my Insta, I forget to say the name. Yeah. Plug it. Put the jaunt in there.
Plugs welcome.
Jacob plugs welcome. Jacob makes really good art. In fact, he's made some art for the show.
Oh, nice.
Which we'll see later.
Yeah, I think May December is my favorite of the year.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And I love Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah.
I really like the Holdovers, which we saw together.
You know, the Holdovers fucking, I mean, as someone who went to an all-boys school, I was like, well, I love this. I mean, of course I love something that's like, of course I love this.
Yeah.
You know what I hated? American Fiction. I thought that movie sucked.
I
Ugh.
also hated American
Nasty
Fiction.
movie. Not good.
I-
Could have been good. The funny stuff, I was like, thought it was pretty
Yes.
funny. The family drama indie movie of it, I thought was some of the most piss poor shit I've seen in forever. And I was like, why the fuck is this in this movie?
Yeah.
It was so bizarre. All right, we got a call coming in.
All right.
Hello, caller. Welcome to the show. What's your name? What are you calling about?
Hey Luke, hey Sam, it's Jake.
Hey, Jake.
What's up, Jake?
See, it kind of sounds like the other guy. You can see why I'm confused.
I would never make an assumption.
Yeah.
Is it the bad mic or is it
no,
the voice?
No,
do you
I
think?
don't know. Whatever. Hello, Jake. How are you?
Okay, all right, you're being nice. I'm doing okay, thanks. I'm watching the stream, having a good time.
That's great.
Calling in about the dang Oscars. You know, I haven't watched a lot of the Oscar stuff, but I did watch Holdovers this weekend, and I loved it.
You loved it. I also, shit. He might not be stretching his back too goddamn much. Or what was the joke you said?
Yeah. Did you another movie about an educated white person? Did you hurt your back from stretching so
Hurt your
much?
back from stretching so much. But you know what I'll say? You know what? If that's what you know how to write, don't try and write fucking some other bullshit. Write that shit.
Obviously, look, it's
Yes,
sitting there. It's a clean joke for the
of
monologue.
Course, and I know you think that, but I think people probably think that.
Yeah, but I think that this is like the best. I feel like we talked about this where I was a little bit like, I guess I'll see the Holdovers.
Yes.
It seems like it's going to be
Fine.
kind of boring. It's going to be like a little bit funny.
Yeah.
And then I watched it and was just so completely charmed by it.
100%.
And was just sort of like, this is funny. Giamatti's amazing.
Yeah.
Sorry, what did you think of the Holdovers?
Jake, please go ahead.
Oh, I really liked it. You know, I liked Giamatti. I was more so impressed with Davine Joy Randolph and Dominic Sessa, who I don't think I've seen either of them in anything before, and I thought those two were fantastic.
Dominic Sessa's the kid, right?
Yeah, that's his first.
I believe he was a kid at one of the schools they filmed at that they got for the movie.
He was. They famously were trying to cast it for a really long time, and they couldn't find somebody, and then they were literally looking at schools to shoot the movie in.
Yeah.
And one of the schools had a drama department, and they were like, what if we had people from the drama department audition? And Alexander Payne was like, all right. And then fucking Dominic Sessa walks in, and then he casts him.
He's so perfect.
That is incredible.
Yeah. But that's why he feels like he just feels so much like a kid that goes like that's the craziest thing. Like I think all boys school stuff often gets turned into like ski movie villain stuff, and it's like there are those kids, and then there's a bunch of kids like Dominic Sessa there who is just like this weird fucking kid whose like parents are going through a really weird divorce. Like I fucked with it so hard. Ugh.
Yeah,
That's so good.
it really was, especially at the beginning where like you don't like the kid. He's like a dick.
No, he's an asshole.
You know.
And Paul Giamatti sucks. They all sucks. I think it's just pronounced like divine.
I'm trying to find it.
I
Dominic
don't
also
know.
had a really funny letterbox top 4. Did you see that?
No, I'd love to know.
Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Kids are awful. I never want to have.
I freaking hate that freaking crotch Spawn. Being one of those guys.
Yeah, I hate Spawn. Yeah. I'm not enjoying this movie. I'm not enjoying this Marvel movie. God
That's
damn
good.
it. I believe American Sniper was in his letterbox.
Yes,
form.
that was the one I was trying to remember. I can't find it, but the big one was that of all the movies ever made, I think one of them he said Election, which you gotta say if you're in a Payne movie, and then he just kind of goes like, American Sniper. It's crazy.
I guess that military-industrial complex. Speaking of American Sniper, talk about a script idea I had, or I was telling Sam about recently, which I've also talked about on stream, but I want to talk about again, which is Like Chris Kyle, which is a movie like Mike, Jake, but instead of finding Michael Jordan's basketball shoes, it's about a kid finding Chris Kyle's sniper in his grandpa's attic, as if to imply his grandpa is Chris Kyle. And when he picks it, he says, I want to be like Chris Kyle, and he can hit every shot perfectly.
I think that's cool.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So I am trying to get that sold, so if there's any producers, please hit me up. I can basically write it in 1 second.
I'm sure. Okay. Sorry, I have the top.
Yeah.
I can't. Okay, one of them. Can somebody find the fucking 4 that he said? I know it. I know one of them is American Sniper. I know one of them is Election. I know one of them is A Star Is Born with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper, which is some real I'm a high school theater kid.
And this is the first good movie I've seen. Yeah,
and then there's a 4th one, which I remember it being kind of funny.
But Bradley Cooper's so good in that movie. Okay, hold on. I can pull this up. Schmidt. We need to talk about Schmidt. What's up, Jakey? Hold on. I'm kind of nervous to see something like this.
Too many damn Jakes and Jacobs around.
I know. I get confused.
About Schmidt was the 4th movie? That's a weird one.
I've never even heard of that.
Are we About Schmidt? It's a Jack Nicholson movie.
Oh.
Is that? No, I'm thinking of Anger Management.
Wait,
Jake, said this again. I can't pull it up.
It was La La Land.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so the 4, to be clear.
Yeah.
La La Land, A Star Is Born, Election, American Sniper. That's a crazy list of 4.
Those are 4 movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be so funny if he picked all the movies in the original now, because there's a new one Nicole Kidman had. La La Land, Wonder Woman, Jurassic World? I don't know. All right, Jake, I won't leave you hanging on the phone. Jake, do you have anything you want to say about the movies before you go?
I hope that Divine Joy Randolph wins Best Supporting Actress. That's sort of all that I got to say about the Oscars. That was a good one.
I think that's possible.
I think she might win.
Thank you. I think that is very possible. Yes, her performance is great, man.
I think she's a favorite. I don't really know that there's a ton of suspense. I mean, it's always fun when there's surprises, but
yes,
I think that for a while there was a big Emma Stone versus Lily Gladstone, 2 Stones. Now that I think about it, Emma Stone versus Lily Gladstone, but I think that it's gonna be Lily.
I'm trying to think of a joke with that. Emma Stone, Lily Stone. What's next? Or
Jessica
Gladstone.
Weed.
Jessica Weed. Yeah.
I realize
2 birds, 1 stone. If you're British,
it's a little
if you're British,
there's a little behind the scenes. I wrote that in a Word document, but then and when the room and I was I gotta go, so I just texted it to myself. But in that, it removed some formatting. So Emma Stone was underlined. Emily Blunt.
Gotcha.
But I feel like you found it in the performance.
And I appreciate that. And I appreciate you kind of giving me those guide rails, doing a cold read.
Yes, you're
Luckily,
doing a cold read.
Thank God I'm a trained actor, because a cold read, it means nothing to me. And so it can be a hot read, because I know I'm going to deliver it out of the park. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show. What's your name? What are you calling about? Jellystone. That's pretty good.
What up? It's the 3rd Jacob calling in a row. This is Jakey Chains. What's good?
Whoa, Jakey Chains. I love to see. I got my Jakes on the line.
You got 3
tonight.
Jakes on the line.
I got 3 Jakes up in this bitch. What's up, Jakey Chains? How are you?
I'm good. I wasn't sure if I was going to call, and then I heard 2 of us call in a row, and I had to.
You got to get the 3rd Jakes. What's up, Raiders? What's up, Go Off King Raiders? We're here live with Jakey Chains talking about motherfucking Oscar night. It's Oscar night. God, I almost want to do the fucking monologue again now. Maybe we'll do the monologue again. Jakey, how are you feeling about this Oscar season? Are you scared? Are you worried? I mean, what the hell's going to happen next?
I'm freaked out, man.
You're freaked out.
Well, here's my question. I unfortunately joined the stream late. Have you already done your Billy Crystal Jazzman impression?
Oh, you know what? I'm not. I don't do that anymore.
Sounds like he's teeing you up for something big.
I don't think I do. I don't think I do that so much.
I mean, the Raiders are here. You got all the eyes on you. I'm just, if you wanted to, I'm not going to stop.
Well, what about this? Instead, we do the monologue again. I think we should do it. Let's do it.
Okay, but you already oh, look at all these subs.
Well, thank you so much for the gift cards. Yeah, but we got a huge raid.
All right.
You know, so this is fresh stuff.
Do you want to? Do you want to set up?
All
the
right, we'll
monologue?
tee it up. Jakey, I'm gonna let you go while we do this thing again.
Okay.
The first written piece of fucking material on this show in 2 years. Yeah, I'm gonna do it twice, folks. I'm not losing it for this one. Okay, all right, goodbye. All right, okay, explain what this is, Sam.
Okay, so before the stream, this is an Oscar stream.
Yes.
Luke asked me to write a monologue for him as though he was hosting the Oscars.
Yes.
But he was not allowed to read it in advance, and then he delivered it live on air maybe an hour ago.
Right.
But so he has read it now a little bit, but I think it's still, you know.
I think it's still, and what I like is now I can really do
Yes.
it. I'm going to really deliver it.
Yeah,
Exactly right.
So this is not going to have the,
mugging, as Jacob said.
it's not going to have the novelty of his first read, but now that he's familiar with the material, I think he's going to put a little extra English on it, put a little more of that Kimmel stank on that shit.
That Kimmel stank. I'm not going to do the accent this time, and I am not Reddit. Go off, Kings. All right, here we go. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome to the 96th Annual Academy Awards. I'm your host, Luke Taylor, and boy, are my arms tired. A lot of talent here tonight, and then in parentheses, it says licks lips. Is that for because I'm looking at women?
Yeah, I think you're just kind of like wanting to fuck the talent.
Okay, all right. Coleman Domingo is in the house. A Domingo ate my baby. Coleman, all kidding aside, I actually loved your movie Rustin. I loved your movie Rustin, but actually in Hollywood, Rustin is what it's called when Alec Baldwin fires a gun, which he did on the set of the movie Rust. Clean joke. The Zone of Interest is nominated for Best Picture. Great movie, but I kind of wish it had followed the dog's perspective. I bet then it would have been called The Bone of Interest.
Really good delivery on that one this time.
And a really good follow-up here. Thank you for the follow, Barack Obama official. The Holdovers is nominated for Best Picture. Great movie, but I kind of wish it followed the dog's perspective. I bet it then would have been called The Holdrovers, assuming the dog it followed was named Rover.
Yeah. That's
Now, Sam, we're asking follow-up this time. Was there a dog in Holdovers?
I don't believe so.
Okay, I don't either. I was trying to remember. Ha ha ha! All jokes at rollovers. That's
Fuck,
also
that's better.
Wow,
Fuck.
that's so much
Fuck,
better.
rollovers
Oh
is so
my
much
God.
fucking
oh
better.
Oh my God! That's,
Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
God!
Oh,
This guy gets paid to write comedy.
rollovers
You
are
knocked it
sitting
out of the
right
fucking park.
fucking there.
God,
it was
the
right
Ooh.
on the tip of my tongue.
Bloviated. I think that's a clean joke of the night.
That's
the
incre-
rollovers is fucking perfect.
Rollovers is so clean. Oh
Ha,
my
ha.
God.
All jokes aside, I loved the Holdovers. Hey, Alexander Payne, nice job making another movie about educated white people. Did you hurt your back from stretching so much? I love that joke. I think that's legitimately great. Past Lives is nominated for Best Picture. Great movie, but I kind of wish it had followed the cat's perspective. I bet then it would have been called Past 9 Lives.
I think, can I just say, I feel
Yeah.
like you had a second shot at this. Weird that you're not emphasizing the 9 in either of your reads. Because to me, it's like, it would have been called Past 9 Lives.
Okay, you want me to take it again?
Yeah, try it one
Okay.
more time.
Past Lives is nominated for Best Picture. Great movie, but I kind of wish it had followed the cat's perspective. I bet then it would have been called Past 9 Lives.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Let's see. Who else is here besides Coleman Domingo? Let's see. Oh, we've got Emily Blunt. Here we've got Emma Stone. And what's next? Some fucker named Jessica Weed?
Now, do you want to try your rewrite on that? Where it was another E first name?
Yeah. And then we'll also try the third version of it.
Okay.
Let's see who else is here besides Coleman Domingo. Well, we've got Emily Blunt, and we've got Emma Stone. What's next? Amelia Weed?
That's really good.
I think that's good. And then finally, let's see who else is here besides Coleman Domingo. Let's see. Oh, we've got Emily Blunt, and we've got Lily Glad. Wait, shit. Oh, we've got Emma Stone, and we've got Lily Gladstone. What's next? Some fucker named
Still Jessica Weed.
Jessica
probably.
Weed.
Yeah.
Yep. That's good. Haha, all jokes aside, Emma Stone plays a character with the body of a woman and the brain of a baby in Poor Things. Or as it was originally titled, The Marjorie Taylor Greene Story. Come on, man. I mean, that is a clean-ass joke, Sam. And I said it the first time, and I'll say it again. That could be on Update. That
Swish.
could be on Update, yo.
Swish.
You think I don't Che, Jost, one of the side characters? I don't care who's saying it. Someone be saying it. Thank you for the follow, Root Wizard. All right. Jodie Foster and Annette Bening are both nominated for the movie Naiad. I think that's an accurate title because Naiad hadn't heard of the movie before tonight. Also really good. Haha, all jokes aside, Martin Scorsese's here. Hey, Marty, those eyebrows of yours look like caterpillars, you old fucking freak. That's good. This is where it kind of turns into something else, as you'll see in these next few. Killers of the Flower Moon was long, boy. It was the second longest thing I saw all year. The first longest thing I saw was my own damn Johnson, penis in parentheses. My Johnson's so long, it got an intermission.
And that's just like a cool thing to say as a host.
Yeah.
Is you want to let them know how long your Johnson is so that they know that you're funny.
And that you can fuck good.
Yeah.
Now, this is the one where let's see if I can figure out what to do. This is the sort of last joke before the end. Now, starts with, you know what movie should have been nominated for Best Picture? The Bob Marley movie. Parentheses, Jamaican accent. So this is where last time I had to make a pretty big decision, and I thought at first I was going to obviously not do the Jamaican accent, but maybe still read what you wrote. Mm-hmm. And then I think even reading it sort of with the, let's call it an affectation you put on the lines would still probably not be something I want to say. So once again, I'm going to choose to say it just normally.
All right. You're a funeral.
I think the movie made my pussy all wet, right? Haha, all jokes aside, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world that's more important than the Oscars.
I'm sorry, can we, because this is the big finish, I would love a read where you kind of like are taking in the sort of gravitas of this moment. Okay. Where you're kind of doing the pivot of, like you're maybe making eye contact with the people, slowing things down a bit.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. All jokes aside, there is a lot of stuff going on in the world right now that's more important than the Oscars, folks. And I would be remiss if I didn't use my platform to shine a spotlight on the world's ills and stand up for what I believe in my heart to be just and right and true. And I will say, I really, really thought you were going to go pro-Israel angle. That's what I was expecting.
Yeah, I thought about that too.
So let me take this opportunity to say loudly with a clear voice and a full heart, free Crystalia! Thank you, everybody.
That's the monologue.
That was the monologue. I think I feel like I really hit it.
I think your performance was better the second
time. It was
time.
Nice to get it kind of going. All right. Thank you so much. I'm glad everybody got to see that. It was important. Again, this is the first written material on this show in over 2 years. So, of course, we're going to be doing it twice. You don't really see that so much on late night. Them doing the monologue twice.
It's like
well, let's try it again.
It's like how how like Travis Scott will do Fiend like 20 times in a row, or like
yeah.
That's kind of like this. It's just to run it back.
Yeah, the show will end with it again, definitely. Hello, caller.
Oh, hey, caller, what's up?
Hey, it's Jakey Chains again. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Jake?
What'd you think of it?
Here's my note. You did a great job.
Wow, and I was ready to hang up on him.
No, I think you did great. Even if the Jamaican part didn't really read because Luke didn't really commit.
Right. Yeah. And I don't think it was a lack of commitment, which is why it didn't read. But I guess we'll agree to disagree.
Look, you're the performer, which does dovetail into the question that I did have for you guys. So you're in City of Stars, LA.
Yep.
If, let's say you set yourself a goal within, let's give it 10 years, to win an Oscar, what category do you think you would most likely be able to actually win an Oscar in?
Okay, this is a really good question. And I'm going to let you go, Jakey, because I forgot we also have to do this segment, but we will answer this question.
Okay.
Thank you. I mean, yours is it.
Well, okay. I mean, like by trade, I'm a writer. It's like the only thing I would ever have a shot at is one of the writing categories, except for one thing. Here's actually what I think the answer is.
Okay.
I think it is pitching a verse in a song, in a best original song, and getting a songwriter credit.
Interesting.
I think that's actually the most accessible because it's like, okay, the bar, like, because comedy shit, like, what
Yes.
gets into the original song category is very arbitrary.
Yes.
And if
yes.
you have like a big sort of showcase song, and
Yeah.
some movie that hits and the plot revolves around a song, and the song's got like, you're in a punch-up room or something, you have like 8 writers on it, you get like, I think a verse could go like this.
Yes.
Buddy, you're a songwriter.
I think
now.
that is a legitimately great answer, and I think that does specifically as a comedy writer feels more likely.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, I like that
and
answer.
that is my earnest answer for.
Yeah.
What do you think for you?
Because
I would say that you are a writer, but you do act.
Yeah, but I'd like to think best host.
A new category.
I would do anything in the world to host the Oscars. We are going to do the segment, I promise. Yeah, act a fool. Come on, man.
Oh, come
on,
go
man.
off, Kings.
All right. Yes, I get it, Jellotion. Okay, all right, let's go. Now we got a segment. This is kind of like a game. I'm trying more games.
Okay, great.
Okay. All right. So here's the segment, and then we got the segment worm. That's kind of thank you, Jacob, for that beautiful art. You can
that's
see over
awesome.
there. Beautiful segment worm. So this is a segment that I'm calling. This is like a game, you know. So this is really, I mean, I was mugging. Now I'm doing a game. Well, I certainly am like Peter Fallon. All right, guess the log line. Now, Sam, you live in a. It's not a game. It's not a real winning. Wait, hold on. Why'd you react?
No. You gave me no warning about what this was gonna be, and then to see like actual prep work, I got very excited. That was what my eyes were.
Cool. I thought you got scared.
Not at all.
Okay. Yeah. No. There's prep work. I don't know if you've seen. I do segments now on the show.
I know you do segments,
yeah.
but I just didn't. I didn't know.
And if Sam's going to write a whole monologue, I'm going to ask the Discord for submissions and let them do all the work for me. All right, so this is the thing. Discord submitted a bunch of real movies. Mm-hmm. These are real movie posters. And what I did is I found the log lines for these movies off of IMDb.
Great.
So I want you to look at the poster and give your best guess as a lover of movies. I think of you as someone who's very knowledgeable about movies.
Love movies.
Written some movies. A writer. I mean, you are a writer. Let's put respect on his fucking name. Sam, do you want to tell these motherfuckers what you're writing for right now so they know to respect your ass?
You ever heard of a fucking show called King of the Hill? They're bringing it back.
You don't want it. We don't want it. But yep, they're bringing it back. And Sammy Boy's writing on it. All right, here we go. Guess the log line. Number more. The Manster.
Whoa. Okay, let me just. Okay.
Take it in. We got plenty of time.
Okay, we got a fucker with an eye on his shoulder.
Yeah.
And he's in a sort of spiral. There's a sort of prison thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the kind of scary guy behind him, we got a spiral. So I'm trying to say what the log line, what I think the movie's about.
Yeah, like the two, you know what a log line is. I mean, I don't need to. For folks, if the uninitiated to the City of Stars, a log line is kind of like the 1 or 2 sentence summary, basically. Like if you had to say the pitch of it, 1 to 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Or 1 to 2 sentences.
Okay. So the Manster. So obviously, I'm not saying the log line yet. I'm just piecing it together.
Yeah.
Manster, combination of man, monster.
Interesting.
I'm sorry of that. So
yeah.
So when a woman fucks a monster,
Okay.
an unholy man is born. That is the Manster. And he does some crimes.
Honestly, pretty good.
Okay.
Here's what I realizing is I thought it was Hamster Man for the I thought that Jacob said too, I thought I was like, it's obviously Man and Monster.
Yes.
So obviously. Because then I looked at the logo and I was like, this doesn't have anything to do with hamsters. Like, what the fuck did they call it this? And I couldn't figure it out. But it's pretty close. An American journalist stationed in Japan is given a mysterious injection by a mad scientist, turning him into a murderous 2-headed monster.
Wait, so the eye on his shoulder, that's another head entirely?
Yeah, and you know what? I watched the trailer, and it doesn't make it more clear.
Okay.
But it's like another head, I guess.
This is a good reminder of just like what log lines are, which I should, but it's like, okay, I need more information. I'm not doing the tagline of the movie. I'm doing
No. You're literally doing like, I'm going on IMDb and I'm like, what is this movie about? Okay. Or it's like the first 2 seconds of a Wikipedia article.
I will say from the poster, I don't get a damn bit of journalism.
Certainly
from that,
not.
But,
certainly not.
And I don't even get Japan.
Really.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Nope, not at all.
So I don't think that's on me, really. But
Yeah, definitely not. Oh, you can't really win.
Okay,
so
great.
it's a game in that it's like it's more of an exercise
Yeah, okay,
than
yeah.
a game, you know? And there's no prize and there's no points. So it's more of just a fun exercise as two friends we're going to have on the show.
I think that's great.
All right, number 2. Every dog has his date.
Whoa, okay. So
And these are all real movies, by the way. I know in the Discord I said some of them would be fake. These are all real movies from the Discord.
okay, so I do think that this dog is, I hope this is okay to say, racially coded.
Yes.
I think that an interesting thing that I'm observing about the poster is that the title is in all lowercase and there's a period, which is very sort of evocative of like a very specific moment in like movies and graphic design.
Yes.
But the dog's eyebrows are also raised in a kind of comical way. So I'm getting a sort of romantic comedy sort of thing from the poster and from the title. Every dog on his date, a clean joke, you know.
Yep.
That dog low-key has Luke vibes, is what they're saying in the chat.
Friendly. Yeah, okay.
So I am assuming this is genuinely a movie about a guy who gets reincarnated as a dog. Okay, I'm gonna take a huge swing here. A husband, a guy is killed and is reincarnated as the family dog and needs to like woo back his own wife. That's my guess.
Pretty fucking close. A dog, but kind of stupider. Like
more general.
What you described as a better movie. A dog has its soul swap with a human and falls in love with its beautiful owner.
I mean, that's
There you go. I wonder what the dog's doing. You know what I mean? Is it falling in love with a dog?
Are you familiar with Puchinsky? Have we ever talked about Puchinsky?
No.
Puchinsky is a failed pilot from like, I don't know, the late 90s, early 2000s, where it's a cop who gets killed and gets reincarnated as a dog. I think it's Peter Boyle.
Wow.
And Peter Boyle gets killed and then is reincarnated as a talking dog named Puchinsky.
That's
And he
awesome.
like pairs up with his old partner to find his like
So it's like
killer.
Wishbone, basically. But
Yeah, but
that's
cops.
awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Jack Frost. Well, that is sort of the plot of Jack Frost. Me and Katie watched. Forgot that it's about him dying.
I haven't seen Jack Frost in 25
it's about him
years.
dying and getting reincarnated as a snowman, and it's really brutal.
That's so crazy.
It's really crazy. And it's and he's all right. This is good, man. Come on now.
I mean,
Amityville Karen, the hell?
we got a damn Karen. So
Yep. Amityville style. Push your shoulders off.
I mean, so this has got to be within the last couple of years,
Yeah.
obviously. I'm trying to see who's in it. If I would,
You don't.
nobody.
There's.
Yeah.
You're not. Nope. No one.
And I'm trying not to cheat by reading whatever the tagline is in very small font. Does it give?
I'll
me?
tell you.
Okay.
She'd like to speak to the manager. ... of hell.
That's honestly really good.
Yeah.
It's probably just some okay. I'm trying to remember the specific plot of Amityville. It's just a haunted house vibes, right? It's like,
Yeah. Well, what I learned today is that the whole thing is Amityville is a place. So there's a bunch of, like a ton of direct-to-DVD sequels because they can use the word Amityville
Right,
to make it
because
seem like,
nobody owns like Amityville. As
Exactly.
I see.
Exactly.
So it's like probably a big thing. It's like a house is haunted by a Karen. That's a given.
Yeah.
The interesting question to me is like how the Karen died. Like, did she die doing a Karen-esque complaint?
Yes.
Did
she died live on TikTok.
Did she die like filming a like non-white person like walking their dog or something? Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
And once again, Sam, you've almost come up with a better movie because it's just an angry and entitled Karen turns murderous when she becomes possessed by an evil spirit.
Oh, so she's not even dead.
No.
She's just a Karen
She
who
just
gets
gets
possessed by the devil.
It's almost at that point it could have been anyone. Why a Karen? Like
Yeah.
I think your version, like she dies in her like awful house.
Yeah.
Like when she's got like a bunch of tchotchkes and like live, laugh, love, and like she's haunting this sort of like suburban home. That's a pretty good idea.
Yes, and my thing is, it's like she dies in the middle of like telling a non-white
Yes.
person that they aren't allowed to be wherever they are. So her unfinished business
is
like,
to tell them.
Yes.
Yes. And so you follow the guy trying to like get rid of this Karen.
Yes.
Yes. Exactly. This is sort of vindicates the Karen. This version kind of does, because then you're like, well, that's not her fault. She got possessed.
Right.
Right. Okay. I hope Sam gets first pass on these punch-ups as well. Every neighborhood has a Karen, and Amityville is no exception. When stealing a cursed bottle of wine from a struggling local brewery, Karen soon finds that the price to pay is far more dangerous than your average hangover. Everyone in her path becomes prey, and not even a manager can be called in to stop her.
I'm gonna say, look,
That makes no sense.
but stealing a cursed bottle of wine, that's kind of funny.
But I get
That's
but
kinda
why is
funny.
she's stealing, like Karen stealing stuff isn't like a thing.
It would be like, I deserve to have this bottle of wine for
Yes,
free because
exactly.
I drank a bottle of wine and it didn't.
That-
Whatever.
Again, it's a much better movie than Amityville Karen.
Yeah.
Fat guy goes nutsoid.
I mean, this is okay.
Oh, this movie looked cool as fuck, to be honest. Fat guy goes nutsoid.
I mean, I'm gonna say I hope that the logline is nothing more than a fat guy goes nutsoid.
Well, Sam, let's take a look. It's, you know what? That would probably be two brothers befriend an escaped mental patient, the fat guy, and accompany him on his misadventures in the big city.
I love it. You know when a movie doesn't have a plot when it trails off by being like, and there's some adventures and some hijinks, and he's in the big city.
The big city. Yeah, these are all real movies. These are all real movies you can watch. Where, I'm not sure, but I really liked the Fat Guy Goes Nutsoid.
I would watch Fat Guy Goes Nutsoid in a heartbeat.
100%.
Fat Guy Goes Nutsoid, 2 exclamation marks.
Fat Guy Goes Nutsoid. And what do we got in here? I'm seeing he's sort of talking to a chick.
What's on her head?
I think she just has sort of a strange haircut. It looks like
Okay.
a mohawk, but there's like a couple things coming off.
And is he playing the saxophone in the bottom left?
It looks like yes, and another guy's rocking, and then there's police, and they have their weapons drawn. Yeah,
Sir, Mr. Fatsoid, sir.
get on the fucking ground. But he gets shot. But the fat guy's gone so nutsoid he doesn't even die. He just gets up again, which would be beautiful. Yeah, no, all of these are real. None of these are all movies you can watch, which is amazing. Okay. Yin Yang
Whoa.
Insane. One man on a one-way road.
And what the fuck is going on with this guy's face?
I don't know. People were talking about this in the Discord. Like, what is this guy's deal? People seem to know who he is. I don't know about this character.
People in the chat are saying, "Oh, it's Zadar." I don't know who this guy is.
Is this like a Neil Breen type motherfucker? He's a B movie show.
I see.
Yeah.
This is. I will say this. Like even the Breen stuff, that's a blind spot for me.
Yeah.
Oh, he's dead. Well,
Sure.
I'll speak of him with the reverence.
The
that
past
he,
tense.
yeah.
He was a psycho movie maker. Now he is a bunch of box in the ground.
And is that just a weird? Or is that a long gun? What's happening at the top? Like, what's he holding in the top frame?
I think it's a long gun because then it looks like a normal gun.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
More like classic revolver. It seems like it has a strap on it as well.
He had cherubism. I see. So when I said what the fuck is going on with this guy's face, I was being insane.
Oh, I thought.
Insensitive.
Okay, fair. To be honest, I thought it was bad plastic surgery. So I do apologize to Robert Zadar.
I didn't
know this either, and frankly, I wouldn't have put it in if I had known that. So Robert Zadar, we're wishing you well in the afterlife, and we're sorry.
But when it comes to Yin Yang Insane, it's like he goes to Asia.
Mm-hmm.
And to track down,
Mm-hmm.
I want to say a killer of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
And in the process,
Mm-hmm.
I hope he falls in love.
Right.
That's my guess.
Much more complicated than the actual thing, which is a gangster driving across the desert after a latest score finds himself stalked by a double of himself seeking revenge.
Okay.
So the Yin Yang Insane, I guess, is that there's two guys.
And this is on me a little bit because I should have really clued in more to the yin yang, like the symbol. I kind of just thought like that was, without knowing this guy's oeuvre, a sort of signpost for like this doesn't take place.
I think that's a fair. Sam. I don't think anyone would blame you not knowing what it's about. Assume that this poster is a guy being like, "I'm gonna call my movie where I go to Asia Yin Yang Insane." Like that doesn't. That tracks.
But to his credit, it's like that's actually for what the movie is. That's a cool.
It's a cool title.
It's a cool name.
Yeah. Sort of a mix between Mulholland Drive and Freaky Friday. There is something very David Lynch about this man. I would like to do a deep dive on him, and learn about him.
Yeah, I would. Hey, I would watch this after.
Yeah, maybe after the stream we'll watch Yin Yang
after
Insane.
Fat Nutsoid or whatever.
Fat Nutsoid goes schizoid. Space Chimps 2 Zartog Strikes Back.
Now this I feel like I'm a little bit familiar. Like I feel like I've maybe encountered Space Chimps.
I'll tell you what, stacked cast.
Okay, so my initial think is like famously they sent monkeys into space. Are these the monkeys that went to space and they survived or something?
Right.
And so like okay, we I don't know if this is going to be the log line. But it's like, we said.
Well, remember, wait. Remember, this is because I feel like where you're going is maybe Space Chimps 1.
I know.
Chimps 2.
I know. I'm getting there. I'm just sort of trying to figure out.
Please. Yeah.
That's the backstory. I'm not saying that's the log line.
Yeah. Okay.
So they probably had some adventures in the first movie, but then Zartog strikes back.
Right.
Zartog, is he a good guy or a bad guy? That's the question.
Does anyone good strike back, Sam?
Nobody good strikes back. Okay, so.
No. Unless it's a baseball movie and they're doing a pun on the Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Well, if you were doing a baseball movie, you could call it the second one, like The Sandlot 2, The Umpire Strikes Back.
Right. I mean, the umpire would call a strike. They wouldn't do any striking. But I see what you mean.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you strike the ball, but it is tough because a strike is also a specific thing in baseball.
You hit the ball. You don't strike the ball.
Right. But you could strike a ball.
I mean, you could. It's a word that, but nobody would say that.
That's what's up.
Okay, so the chimps are in space, and they thought that Zartog was gone.
Yes.
But he's fucking back.
Yes.
And Zartog is not a chimp, but rather a bonobo.
Okay.
That's my guess.
There you go. All right. Let's see if he's right.
Holy
Space
shit,
Chimps 2 Zartog Strikes Back follows Comet, the cool techno chimp who longs to be taken seriously as a full-fledged space chimp. Comet journeys to the fantastical planet Malgor and bonds with the adorable alien Kilowatt, living out his ultimate fantasy. However, it's time for Comet to prove himself when the feared alien ruler Zartog takes over mission control. Comet must show he has the right stuff and join fellow chimps Ham, Luna, and Titan to save the day. And now I put anonymous there because on IMDb, this was where the logline is. It was this whole thing, and then it said anonymous at the end.
That's not a log line. That is a summary.
I could not believe it. I could not believe it. Oh my god.
And I'll say if you're gonna take the time to summarize Spaceships 2, put your name on that shit.
For real? What, you think you're not proud of your work?
Yeah, come on.
I really would like to know what the ultimate fantasy is, because it sounds like y'all. It sounds like he fucking on the planet Malgor. Yes, sir. So yeah, there's our Spaceships 2. I think we have one more. That might be it. A couple more. My uncle the alien. Now there's a lot to take in here.
Okay, so my uncle the alien. Okay, so it's at the White House.
Yes, it's at the White House.
That's a huge part of this, I think.
Yeah.
And there's two kids.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, one of them, I can't read what it says under there. But I don't want you to tell me.
Yeah, you don't want to read it.
Because one of them or both of them is the president's kid. It's either I'm going to say that the girl is the president's daughter.
Yep.
I'm now seeing it. Okay, the president's daughter.
You're right. No, you got it though.
Her secret friend. Okay, so he's just he's the son of a Secret Service agent or something.
Uh-huh.
And then but that's not even the real thing, because it's like, so the president's brother is an alien. And they are they're sort of like investigating they're investigating this.
Cool. Pretty close.
Okay.
You got you did great.
Okay.
The president's daughter was a great guess, and then it was confirmed.
If you got your arms crossed in front of the White House, you're the president's daughter.
100%. The president's daughter uses her extraterrestrial influence to spare the fate of a children's shelter in Los Angeles.
In Los Angeles?
Yep.
What's she doing in L.A.?
I don't know, man. The damn alien teleported her. Sheesh. Yeah, I like that. And I like that they get, and I got to imagine maybe that's perchance Break-In 2. What is Break? I don't know. Is that the plot of another movie? I mean, that's Hollywood, baby. Exactly right. I think we have one more. Butt whistle. Yep, folks. It's Butt Whistle.
Here's what's really confusing about Butt Whistle.
Yeah.
The poster suggests that it is like a sort of indie drama.
It's like the same poster as The Kids Are All Right.
It's like weird kind of like where it's like they assume that those are like 3 famous actors. I have no idea who any of those people are.
Yeah.
I have no idea what.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
And there's no way you would have guessed it.
I actually don't want to guess. I just sort of want
what
to
Butt Whistle 2 is Butt Whistle about. Ogden Confer is a community college student living with his parents and dealing with the recent loss of his best pal Rose when he foils the suicide attempt of a mysterious young lady, Beth, who proceeds to make him pay for not minding his own business.
And this movie's called Butt Whistle?
Yeah.
I hope you know how many times in the course of making a movie that the title gets like noted where they're like, okay, here's the great pitch. I think this is a great story. Got to change the title.
Yeah.
For this movie to get made with the title Butt Whistle, like somebody had to fight really hard for that, or a lot of people were just fucking asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, didn't really know. Or it was like, oh, that's kind of cool. It's very like reality. The only way it would make sense if it came out in 1994 and it was like a very reality bites. Like, we got to do something edgy. But it didn't. It came out in the 2010s.
Yeah.
And Ogden Confer is the most I'm a writer trying to come up with an interesting name-ass name I have fucking seen in so long.
Yeah, that's
Ogden Confer.
It's really crazy.
Really crazy. Butt Whistle is original type Cloverfield. Funny. Okay.
Really, those were all Discord submissions?
These are all Discord submissions.
Really good job, Discord.
Thank you, folks, for submitting these incredible movies. They're all real movies, and we love to see the community come together on learning. And now we know about a bunch of great movies.
Yeah, that was
Butt
really
Whistle. Butt Whistle. Yo, this shit be Butt Whistle. And that has been the segment, folks. So thank you for joining us.
By the way, great segment. I like the segment as a part of the stream.
Thank you.
I think that's really nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I felt it's nice to it's actually nice to prepare for this a little bit.
I will say I'm not gonna be like, oh, you gotta have me back soon. When you do, every time you bring me back, I'm bringing written material.
Okay.
That's my pledge to you.
All right, fair enough. All right, thank you, Rosa. All right, hello caller, welcome to the show.
Hey, is it me?
It's you. Is it Jesse?
Hey, how's it going,
Farrar?
guys? You can call me Pete Sampras.
All right, I'll call you. Hey, Pete, what's going on, man?
Hey, not much. Just hanging out tonight. Actually, just doing a little bit of work.
Okay.
I had a question I wanted to run by you guys, both writers.
Yep.
If you're trying to write some questions for an interview for a guy you kind of know but don't know too well, what's some stuff like? Where do you go with that? Like where do you start? Like, where are you from? How old are you? Like, what do you even do?
And this is Pete Sampras, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think you start by being like, are you a fan of me? You sort of be like, are you a fan of me, Pete Sampras?
Pete Sampras.
Yeah, I think you break the ice by being like, hey, talk about me for a second.
I don't know
That's
who's Pete
interesting. Put it on
Sampras. Is he a
them.
basketball player?
Pete Sampras is a famous tennis player.
Tennis player. Okay, I'm not really a sport guy. So first of all, I'm going to say probably leave sports questions out of it. Now, I do want to cut on this a little bit. I've never really seen an interview where one of the questions is, how old are you? Unless I guess it's a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's not.
But if it's clear they're not a kid, you wouldn't even bother asking that
It's
one.
not
You'd
a-
just be like, well,
it's
they're probably
not important
whatever.
really at all,
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, good to know. Scratch
Yeah.
that one off. So I could maybe be like, do you like tennis? And then not how old are you? So like, what's your favorite color or something like that?
Right. Yeah. I mean, maybe favorite color might get you off on something interesting if you have like an anecdote, aquamarine, just like my lover's eyes. And then it also gets me into my Irish heritage.
I think let me just say I think a tough thing about what's your favorite color is that it's a one-word answer and then now you got to ask another fucking question.
Yeah.
So I think maybe a good thing would be like a more open-ended question.
Like how many colors are there?
Well, now Luke,
we'll be here all night.
Yeah, I mean
1, 2. Well, but it kills some time, right? I mean, it's a one-word answer, but you're not pulling that out your ass. You're gonna have to stand there and be like blue, red, black, green. It's gonna take you a little while, don't you think?
Yeah, for sure. That's a really good ass question.
Yeah,
that's good as fuck.
And your goal is just purely to kill time, right?
Yeah, just to get because it's this interview is we make people pay to listen to them for some reason.
Yeah.
So we kind of want it to just drag on and on and on, so that when it's over, they can look at the clock and go like, Jesus Christ, was I listening to that the whole fucking time?
I mean, have you considered like something like kind of like iceberg? Like, what's the most fucked up thing you've ever done?
Yeah.
Something like starting really hard, really
crazy,
fast. Yeah.
Like, how many people have you hurt in your life, mentally or physically?
That's really good. Well, okay, I won't ask you guys what the most fucked up thing is you ever done. What's like the second most fucked up thing you ever did?
Shit.
I'm trying to think.
In first grade, I choked a kid out because he was sitting in my seat, and then I felt so bad about it, I cried. Yep. So not only was it fucked up, but I also was kind of the hero of this story.
Wait, say that again slower. So
all right. First grade, Constantine Villanos is sitting in my seat. Clearly says Luke Taylor on the damn desk.
Mm-hmm.
I came up, I choked him from behind. He started getting choked out. I had to go to the principal's. I felt so bad about it. I started crying, and I gave him a hug. And it was third grade, so I was a little bit older. And 9/11 was
how old were you?
I think I was I think I was 9.
A little bit old for third grade, but okay.
No. You turned 9 in third grade.
No, but
right?
Nah.
And I think Pete, you've actually like you've actually left on something really cool, which is like after you ask the what's the most fucked up thing you've ever done question, then you can ask how old are you?
Yeah. That's how I get that in. And
that's
then
how you
also,
get that in.
If it's in third grade, it's like totally natural to say what's your favorite color, what was your favorite color in third grade? Because that's like when you're thinking about it. That's when you feel like you have to have the color, right?
That actually is the one time that would be a completely appropriate question. You're like, what was it then?
Yeah.
And then the implication is like, well, let's get you in the mind of where you were at that time, you know?
I think that's huge. I think that's awesome.
Now, Pete, I'd like to actually do something. I think this is something I'd like you to be ready for. What if I turn the table? What if someone turns the tables on you and says, "What's the second most fucked up thing you've ever done?" How does you come out? How do you come out swinging?
See, this is the. I mean, and you know this as a host yourself, but the secret is that we are narcissistic egomaniacs, and we could talk about ourselves until we're blue in the face.
100%.
Right? That's what we love. That's what we feed off of. We have that. We consume that rather than food at this point. It's a tasty morsel to be able to talk about ourselves. You know.
For real. And I'll tell you what, and there's nothing I like talking about myself more than saying the same story or anecdote I've said over 10 times throughout the time doing this show, and then knowing even that I did that and admitting it, but still telling it with the same fervor and happiness, so delighted at my own antics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, real navel-gazing sesh there. Yeah, that's really fun. Okay, well, that's giving me some good ideas, guys. Thanks. Just check out the Pete Sampras Show. Just Google it up.
Okay. Well, thank you, Pete.
Thanks, Pete.
Thanks for calling in. Hope everything goes well.
Yeah, I'm still pretty nervous, but okay, bye.
Wait, how old are you?
Fuck, I don't know.
All right, bye, Pete. Goodbye, Pete. Friend of the show, Pete Sampras.
Pete Sampras, he's back in his prime. A snack.
Is he hot?
A snack. He had the real big curly chest hair.
I'd like to see him. Is he in Battle of the Sexes?
No, that's Pete Sampras is like way after that.
Okay, I like Andre Agassi's pretty pimp.
Pete Sampras and Andre Agassi were rivals in the so that they were
in the late 90s.
Yeah. This was when American men's tennis was king. We're still waiting on the next guy.
Dude, I
would love to come back here and talk about tennis.
That hot.
I
Yeah, he's pretty good looking.
Yeah,
all
and you
right.
should see him move, and you should
He
see him
got
in
sort of
those.
an Elliot Gould swag about him.
He's got an Elliot
Yeah,
Gould
yeah,
swag. That's
yeah.
exactly
Yep,
right.
Yep. I see it. This is just a specific type of man that some of the ladies go gaga for.
The chat's asking for your famous Jamaican Roger Federer impression.
Yeah, I know. That's ask me every night, and I say, okay, maybe next time. If you donate $100, I'll do it. But they never do. They never do it. They never do it. Oh. Also, I forgot to announce. I added text to speech, and the idea of it is that if you text to speech, I think it's 250 bits. We have to pay it. Like it's like the words will be played out of the monitor, right?
Oh, okay.
Like text to speech, like
a
computer voice, and we have to listen to it. Like whatever it is, I'm calling it a considered interjection. And we have whatever stupid bullshit, we have to consider it like it's part of the conversation.
Whoa.
Because a lot of times people say shit in here, you can just blow past it. Like, I don't care. Like, Jamaican Roger Federer, you're happy to bring that up. I in a million years never would have even divined that with any sort of attention, right? So, but now let's say they put that in a considered interjection, I'll have to go, okay, yeah, that's really funny. I'm not going to do that. Thanks,
Oh, so that's the extent that you have to. You don't have to do it.
I don't have to do it.
Okay.
No.
You just have to consider it.
No, I have to consider it. I have to consider it and really fucking consider it. So that is on the table now, folks. We got a call coming in. And it could happen in the middle of calls. It can happen literally any time.
Oh, so even the caller has to consider the interjection.
Exactly right. Because they become part of the conversation. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show. What's your name? What are you calling about?
Hey, this is John Milstein.
Hey,
Wow.
John Milstein.
Johnny, how are you?
What's up, guys?
Great to hear you. Another former guest of the show.
I missed a lot of the broadcast tonight, but I was wondering if Sam managed to log any clips tonight.
Wait, what? Who managed to log clips?
Did Sam
manage to log any
log
clips? So
a
this was
clip?
when John was on. We were kind of like he was really pushing for the clip.
Oh, like
He wanted
in
the-
his own episode. He,
he was
like,
really-
this is the clip moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I tried to coach him through telling like a clippable story at the end, but he really like didn't fucking do it that well. So we did have to. I think we clipped something else, right, John? Maybe the segment. We did clip the segment.
Yeah, it was interesting because I was going back and watching over the footage and sort of laughing my head off, almost falling out of my chair laughing so hard at the clip that we had managed to make.
Right.
But it was a different clip than what was chosen. I guess, beauty is in the eye of the beholder and probably subjective, but
I think, John, I'll stop you right there. I think sometimes what's fun during the show isn't always the best clip, and I hope you can kind of understand that.
But so Sam's got about 16 minutes left. I mean, are you going to try? I mean, like, do you think you can think the clip?
Well, I think so, John. You missed the start. So I wrote a monologue for Luke as though he was hosting the Oscars, and
my
I
God.
think, and I don't want to presume to know what the clip's
Yeah,
going to
he
be.
rocked it, dude.
But I think that Luke delivering the monologue there's probably a clip in there,
my God.
and me, I am but a humble writer, and for me, if that gets clipped, I feel like that's my clip, even though I was not even on camera. Luke did a fucked up thing where it was just him on camera.
We'll go back to that too to show you what it's like. All right, let's see.
But I
Oh my
think
God.
So this is just me,
yeah.
right? So you can see it, John. It'll come up. So Sam wasn't even on camera.
Oh, I can't see. I'm in my car. I'm just.
I see.
You
So
can only look at one thing at a time.
I mean,
That's a great clip. If and the idea of doing homework for a clip is the way to do it. I think people don't.
and Seb, you're
people
also
come
a
on
writer,
TV.
and so I just want to put out an open invite. If you're ever like, "Hey, Luke, I wrote a piece for the show. I'd like to come on, or at least send it to you to deliver."
Yeah.
I'm happy to deliver it, and then say thank you, John, for sending me this written material.
Okay, fair enough.
I've also
All right.
I've never the first time I did the show, I didn't get clipped at all. I think it was maybe even it wasn't pre-clipped.
It was like I was just starting
Yeah.
to do the clips, and I was editing them myself. Before, yeah.
You hadn't had the sort of sea change in your sort of like the way that clips are distributed, which was the Branson Reese episode.
Yes, exactly right. Where I hit fucking gold, which I know John prayed to God he was going to get out of his episode. But
I didn't get it. But our clip was good. I mean, look, anybody's gonna watch the clip that came out of the episode and they're gonna laugh. But where are they gonna laugh their head off? I don't know. Maybe not.
yeah.
Hard to say.
While we have John, we are talking about the Oscars. Do you have either a favorite movie of the year besides Strays, or do you have a movie that
Was
you?
that this year? Did we all went?
No, that was
Strays?
last year. It was
Okay.
last year. Although it would be eligible for this Oscar season. Or do you have do you have a movie that you think should win Best Picture?
Okay, so
We lost him?
It seems like he hung up. That's very funny. I'm a little hot.
Yeah.
I just open the door. Fuck it. We'll open the door.
Let the wolves in. No, that's John again. I recognize his number. Oh wait, is this an interjection?
Oh shit! Did it work?
I'm not.
Can you
hearing
guys
anything.
hear it? Oh god! Thankfully it was Jesse, so I don't have to feel bad. Can you guys hear it? We can't hear it. You can't hear it. God
Fuck.
damn it! Fuck!
Okay, wait. We
All right,
should
I'll read
read
it.
it.
Pete Sampras, born August 12, 1971, is American former world #1 tennis player, regarded as one of the greatest tennis players of the all time. His professional career began in 1988 and ended at the 2002 U.S. Open, which he won, defeating his longtime rival Andre Agassi in the final. All right, John's back on the air. Sorry about that. I'll fix it. If the fucking text-to-speech is broken, dude.
Okay, it's Beekeeper Best Picture.
Beekeeper.
I didn't.
That came out this year, man.
Man,
That's not up for this Oscars.
Okay, all right, if it's not a Beekeeper, Bros Best Picture. Was that last year?
Bros.
I think that was
That
2
was-
years ago.
Bros was Best Pictures. Next, what is he gonna say? What's the movie with the little kids acting naughty as hell, saying naughty shit? Then Seth Rogen produced
Bad
it.
Oh,
Boys.
Good Boys?
Good Boys.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess if it's not Beekeeper, then I don't know. Poor Thing. I'm not sure.
So you did funny one, and then just normal movie. Okay, John. Anything else?
Yeah. No. I think. Well, I'm excited to see the monologue, and I'm glad that two of the Clip Kings put their heads together for I think what's about to be viral gold.
That's
Yep.
really fucking kind of you,
Let's
man.
fucking go. Let's fucking go.
Okay. All right. Talk to you fellas later.
All right.
Peace
Bye.
out.
I think that's a great clip. This monologue.
I mean, I don't know. That's too long for a whole. You can't do the whole monologue in a
We can
clip,
cut it
right?
around, we can do some good shit with it. I mean, shit. We could put some like Oscar music up top, and blah, 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 blah. Make it a whole story. Ooh.
Look, you do you. It's up to you, man. And maybe some of our banter was clippable. I don't know.
Shit. I mean, even the segment. I mean, we got such fun. See, these segments I think are clip gold. I mean,
Absolutely.
butt whistle. What the hell?
That's crazy.
Come
man.
on, man.
That's fucking crazy, man.
I gotta fix this fucking text-to-speech thing. I don't know what.
Yeah, that
Call
would-
might have been clippable. I don't know. A call where we talk about things being clippable. I don't think so, man. But yeah.
No, I think the call where we were talking about it, where we were talking to Pete Sampras. I mean, Pete Sampras is
Pete
is
Sampras
a pretty
call.
good fucking get for the
Yeah,
show.
yeah,
I think.
Yeah, that's true. I think the Pete Sampras call is clippable. All right, yeah. All right, yeah. Okay, we'll clip the Pete Sampras call. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I do really appreciate that. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Well, folks, we have 10 minutes left. If you have any more Oscar thoughts, do I give the monologue a third time at the end?
I think it's up to the people, but
Folks, say one in the chat if you want me to give the monologue one last time before we sign off. 2 in the chat if you do not want to hear it a third time.
I mean, I think that this is going to be an overwhelming.
Okay, Robbie doesn't want to hear. Oof, we only got 2. 1, 2.
Yeah, I think we're doing it again. Can I ask you a question about the Oscars?
Please.
Do you like the Oscars? Do you like watching the Oscars? Do you care about the Oscars?
Well, let me open this. I think the idea of it funny, but it actually doing it won't be funny. Jake, exactly. And that's why we're going to do it.
Yeah.
It's like I think that I do, and then like every award show that's like you forget that it's the most fucking boring thing you've ever seen in the world. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
I think I might be the opposite, where I want to, like, I tell myself, and I'm like, oh, I'm too cool for the Oscars. I don't care. And then I get so excited when the Oscars are starting. And I know it's boring as shit, and I'm bored when I'm watching it, but I do care about the Oscars.
I mean, it's like the only award show that feels like it has any sort of like real, like, even though it sucks, even though they're all bad, like, it's the one out of all of them, it's the only one that feels like, well, this could be like kind of real, little, you know.
It seems to matter the most to me out of all of
Yes,
the
where like the Grammys is like cool, but it's just I also am not as interested in.
I think the Grammys is a better show, but like
100%.
people aren't like, oh, let's go through all the like record of the year, or like people like know the Oscar trivia, and I don't think that it's like that.
Exactly. It's the first one too, right? The first award show ever.
Wait, what do you actually mean?
The first like televised award show for like American pop culture,
like historically,
of all the ones that are like of like the Emmys, the Golden Globes, the Grammys. It is the oldest one, right? The Tonys.
I think so. Yeah,
I think
it might be.
What about the Streamer Awards, the Peepos? Oh, it was so awesome. I'm head writer for the Oscars this year. That's awesome, dude. Oscars is like baseball, boring as shit, but you can talk to your family and eat dinner with it on the background. It is a fun thing to watch in a group where you're also talking.
Oh, for sure. And I think that even the most cynical of viewers, there gets to be a certain point in the Oscar where somebody is winning an award and they're giving a speech where they're talking about how meaningful it is. And a great Oscar speech, I think, is unique in award shows.
Fucking what's his face winning for Everything Everywhere All at Once for Best Supporting Actor?
Oh, Ki-Wei Kwan.
I was like, wow, that was legitimately amazing.
Yes.
You know,
Roberto Benigni.
Talking in a group shit, talking to celebrities is great. I also agree with that.
Yeah.
You're like, look at it, and for me, it's all about these dresses these women wear. You know I'm going off, folks.
I agree that seeing the slap live was sick. I was.
It was so cool.
And I felt bad because my wife, who's going to be on the stream soon, in a few weeks, give her a big welcome when she comes on. But she had like a dinner with friends. She loves the Oscars, so she couldn't watch it. We always watch it together. So I went over to Harrison's house, and I was like, and I kind of convinced him to watch the Oscars. And it was just me and him, and we were kind of like watching, and we were bored, and we were kind of like, and I was kind of feeling bad that I had bullied him into watching the Oscars. And then the slap happened, and we lost our minds. We were like, was this? I mean, we were just processing in real time. It's all we talked about. But it was to see something like that happen live was electric.
Yeah, because you're like, you're like, is this? You literally first thing is this a planned bit?
Yes.
You're like, what the fuck is this? Then of course someone famously saying he could have killed him. You guys should recreate it right now. The slap. I do love the slap. I think we got to bring. Is there no host this year again?
It's Kimmel.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh. I thought they were like gonna not do hosts anymore post slap or some shit.
I don't think that. I feel like if anything, you need a host if something like a slap happens.
Yeah.
But no, Kimmel's back, and I'll say it. I bet he's better than ever.
Yep. Listen. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you think about Kimmel. The man, when he's put in the chair, he delivers. Okay, you can't say he doesn't deliver.
And you know he's sitting in that chair when he's hosting the Oscars. He's doing that shit sitting down.
Yep. And he's reading mean tweets. He's like, okay, what the hell? I thought I was gonna read my acceptance speech. Now I got a bunch of mean tweets about Larry David.
And who's here? Oh, it's Guillermo.
Yeah, Guillermo. You know Guillermo's doing the Oscar or doing the red carpet, man.
Yeah,
that's that crazy fucker. He's making parents hide the candy. I don't like that bit. I don't care for that. My friend Matt used to live in Charlottesville, and now he lives in Maryland. Do you know him? No. Are you asking me? Are you asking one of the Maryland boys in here? What are the odds they do a bit with Larry David and Elmo reconciling? I would say almost 100%. Well, no, TV. They're not going to do that.
And also, it's like, I don't even think I think that happened too long ago. I don't think people are still thinking about Larry David and Elmo.
I'm thinking about, come on, man. I'm thinking about that every day. That's as big as the slap for me. That was my slap.
Have you
the
been
day
watching
the world changed?
This season of Curb?
I only watched the first one. Is it good?
I've only watched the first 3. I thought that the third was, I like the third, but also because Richard Lewis is in it, and it's like like.
And it's like his last episode, right?
I think so. I mean, I don't know if he shows up
Yeah.
later, but
But it's about his.
he's there's a whole bit where he's like putting Larry in his will, and I was like, oh man,
yeah, he's so awesome.
he's the fucking best. R.I.P. to our real one.
Is someone going to call for a ceasefire during their acceptance speech and then get booed by the audience? That feels very probable.
Yeah, but who would do that? Like, who of the people who are going to win?
I think Lily Gladstone.
Maybe Lily Gladstone.
Of anyone.
This is like Cillian Murphy ain't calling for a ceasefire. Nolan ain't calling.
But he's Irish, bro.
Yeah.
The Irish are pretty, like, to be honest, that's what's crazy. If he was any other actor, but he is Irish, and they're pretty fucking pro-Palestine.
But he's had some opportunities. He's won a lot of shit. He's had opportunities to say anything at all. He has not.
Yeah.
I think he does seem cool as hell. But I don't know. I
Yeah,
mean, I hope I'm wrong.
No, I mean, I think it's unlikely, but I do think it's possible. And then I don't know. I don't know anyone else that would.
I mean, maybe like, actually, what it's like depends on what wins for documentary. I would say that the highest percentage category of somebody doing it is somebody winning for a documentary, which are often sort of like politically tinged.
Yes,
I have not seen any of the documentaries nominated for best documentary, which I usually try to watch.
Yeah,
because they're usually fucking good.
Usually good. What if Christopher Nolan did it? Lol. Definitely the least likely. Personally, the most likely at the Oscars to not know what is going on in Israel is Christopher Nolan.
I think he knows. I just don't think
He just doesn't care.
he's just
He's like, I don't know.
he's just like, what if entropy worked backwards?
Did you? They re-put Tenet in theaters.
I almost texted you because
Man, I kind of want to go. Did you go?
no, I want to.
Is it still out?
I don't know.
I would go.
I would too.
I don't think Errol Morris is up for one. I don't think he made a thing. Event Horizon was dope. That's not a Christopher Nolan movie. It is a good movie.
Yeah.
Though. I do really like Event Horizon. It's got Sam Neill. It's a crazy ass movie. It's not a Christopher Nolan movie.
Tenet's like Pete Sampras. That's pretty clean.
Tenet's like Pete. Sure.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, I like that. That's really good. Thank you, Jakey Chains. Thank you so much. I do want to see Tenet because I didn't like it when I saw it, but I did see it at a drive-in.
Right, I remember.
And I think if I now that I know what it is, I think I will be more accepting of Tenet.
And I think there's a big community of people who have watched it a bunch and are kind of like, I feel like the what I want to go into is be like, I'm not thinking about this movie at all. I just want it to succeed on like a spectacle level.
Yes, and I want to look at because it's like the thing where it's pretty cool when he fights a guy and then later in the movie you realize he's fighting himself in reverse. It's like, it is cool.
If you say so. I don't even remember. I just remember the temporal pincer.
The temporal pincer movement. Well, it's like a pincer movement.
Yeah.
Well, this one's got time.
Yep.
This one's got time in it. Yes, that's how I feel. I think it would be fun as hell, and I think seeing it in a big theater. Where it's
as it's supposed to be. Yes.
Yeah.
If Tenet is around this week, I would be down to go. If you are, I mean, I know you're streaming like.
I think that Tenet and Inception are the same amount of good in my eyes.
So I'm hearing that you don't really like Inception.
No, I remember when I saw it, I was like, yeah, it's fine. I feel like it's feel the same.
God, I want your Nolan rankings, man. I want to know what's top. I want to know what's bottom.
It's tough, man, because I think that I hate Christopher Nolan, and then I think Dunkirk is one of my favorite movies.
Dunkirk fucking rules.
I think Christopher Nolan, there's no director that I like and hate more of his movies. I think Interstellar is one of my least favorite movies ever made. Truly. I'm not just saying that. I hate that movie. I think it's bullshit. But I love The Dark Knight. I love the Dark Knight Rises. I even liked that one.
I like Interstellar because I love corn.
Yeah, corn. A lot about corn. Yeah, that's our favorite part of the future is thinking about what the farmers are doing. Dunkirk is so good, and it's crazy. Memento is good, and that it's very impressive to have your second feature be it's just very you got to give it up to the concept.
Yeah. That's actually one that I'm afraid to rewatch. When I was a kid, when I was in middle school, I had a Memento poster on my wall.
Yeah,
and that's how much I loved it.
Of course.
And I haven't seen it in 10 years, and I'm afraid that it's gonna suck.
I watched it for the first time as an adult in the last few years. It was like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah,
I get why people. It's a little bit like Donnie Darko, where it's it's not that hard to understand.
Yes.
The Prestige is also solid.
I like The Prestige a lot.
Which ones are we missing?
Okay, we're gonna go in reverse order.
Please.
Oppenheimer.
Yep.
Interstellar.
Mm-hmm.
Dark Knight Rises.
He made no Dunkirk.
Dark Knight, the 3 Dark Knights, or the 3 Batmans. Inception.
Yep.
Fucking.
You're right so far. Tenet you missed, but we were already.
I thought I said
Oh no,
Tenet.
you said Tenet. Then interesting. He made the Prestige between Batman and the Dark Knight.
Right. He was doing like a one for me, one for them.
Yeah.
The one that Insomnia.
Yes, which I've never seen.
Insomnia is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's kind of simple, but it's Robin Williams going nuts.
That's cool. So my ranking has got to be, the top ones are probably Dunkirk #1. I really, really liked it. Then probably The Dark Knight. Then probably Oppenheimer. Then probably The Prestige. Then probably Memento. And the rest I don't care about that much.
Mm-hmm.
And then the bottom of the list is Interstellar. That is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. I hate that movie.
I having just rewatched Oppenheimer. Lindsay, when she saw Oppenheimer, she immediately was like, "That's the best Nolan." And I was like,
I get why, because it's the most like a movie. Like you're the most like he does crush it.
yes.
Yeah.
And then I was kind of like, and then I rewatched and I was like, maybe that's true.
Yeah.
Although insane love for The Dark Knight. I know it's like whatever, but it's like I love The Dark Knight.
I mean, it's literally just like you're telling me Batman's in Heat by Michael Mann. Yes, we're doing it big as fuck, and it basically is the best movie you've ever seen in your whole life. Yes, and I agree, Vertical Mammal. That's exactly it. Is I was fine with Interstellar, and then the tie up of that movie is so fucking stupid. I felt like it really pissed me off
when he's in the damn Tesseract.
I mean, literally, when Interstellar spoilers in 3, 2, 1. When he literally, like, when time travel is powered by love and, like, that's the goal. Like, they're like, nope, you know how we were doing a hard sci-fi movie literally this entire time? Turned out didn't matter fuck at all because time travel is love, baby. It was so fucking stupid.
But that's, like, kind of all of Nolan's movies, a little bit. It's all like
Tenet, for whatever you feel about it, it doesn't ever stop being the time travel movie. Like
I guess that's true.
He is into his rules, which I gotta respect, which is what I hated about Interstellar. I was like, but you're like the dumbass rules guy who tries to convince me time travel is real. Yeah. It sucked, man. Only works in anime, exactly. You can only end an anime like that. That is so fucking true. With a montage, with a big explosion, with like someone becoming God, doesn't work if you're Matthew McConaughey. Though we love Matthew McConaughey.
We love him, don't we, folks?
We love him. Time travel will be powered by 69ing. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. All right. Well, folks, we've reached the end of our program tonight, if you can believe it. Sam? What do you have to say to the people now?
Thank you for welcoming me back to like the Luke stream. I am such a fan. I'm often in the chat. You can find me I'm Bonesaw Brigade.
Let's go.
And so fan of the show, love the show, thrilled and honored to be here.
Thank you for writing such a funny bit.
And my pledge to the chat, anytime I'm back on, I'm bringing written material, baby.
They go crazy for that. You put even an ounce of effort into this, they go fucking insane. Sam, do you have anything you'd like to plug before I get out of here?
I honestly don't have shit to plug. I guess watch the new season of King of the Hill when it comes out, like forever from now.
Yeah.
And be nice to my wife when she's on the stream.
Please be nice to his wife.
Be nice to my wife.
All right, we're gonna raid Libby.
Great.
And tomorrow we're playing Sons of the Forest with some of the Goo crew, and there's no stream Thursday. Okay, let's raid Libby. Thank you for being here, everyone. And also, I am going to be on fucking YKS tomorrow, which is why JF was calling in, so look out for that. All right. No, LibTrib. God damn it. Sam, vamp.
Bonesaw is ready. Absolutely, that's what it's from. It's also if you want to play chess, find me on Lichess at the Bonesaw. And Lichess lichess.org. That's the free chess site. Chess.com. I also have an account there, but they're pay for play. Lichess better than chess.com. Better interface. Freeware for the people. It's where the grandmasters are hanging out. That's where you can find Eric Rosen, and it's where you can find me. Challenge me to a game, and let's I'll see you on the boards,
Shout out
baby.
Shout out 100 proof. Goodbye. Okay, wait, let me take
so much fun.
Truly a blast. Oh, I decided that it would truly